now. So welcome everybody to our May workshop, which has a little bit of a focus on whole foods. As you would expect, we've got our amazing Polly cooking up a storm in the kitchen for you today, and Tatiana, our London coordinator, and who is taking us safely through the slides so you get the right one in the right order, which is very helpful indeed. She's here to answer any more questions for you as you go. It will be recorded so you can enjoy it later on our YouTube channel and share the link with other people as well. So just add your comments and thoughts in the chat at the side. We absolutely love to hear what you think, and we'll do our best to get through some answers for you in the meantime. So we have today for our ProVeg UK School Plates workshop, we've got a theme of a whole foods journey. And we're going to guide you through steps to switch from ultra-processed food to whole foods to improve the quality, nutrition and cost of plant-based and vegetarian dishes. So just as you're joining now, you'll see a little poll question come up on your screen. So if you could take a moment just to answer that, that would be terrific. There it is. So as you can see, how enthusiastic you are about plant-based food, whether you understand the benefits of eating plant-based food, and whether you feel confident that you can produce good quality, tasty plant-based food for children. Okay. So if you've got through that, I'll ask Tatiana to bring the slides up and give you our little presentation so we can talk you through what you're a part of and what we're a part of as well. Okay. There we go. And there it is. So it's our plant-based cooking in schools online workshop today, the 28th of May. And very well, warm welcome to you all. Next slide. Thank you, Tatiana. So as always with ProVeg, we're looking at those small nudges that lead to a big impact. We would like to focus on our work with you, because it's through your experience and your expertise that we manage to tweak these things on the menu, which lead to better health for children and a fantastic outcome in terms of improving the climate-friendly nature of the food we're offering children. Thanks, Tatiana. And you know our world map by now, it's ever increasing. We have 15 ProVeg countries around the world, and we have programs running in many countries globally, and also the Global Plant-Based School Food Network is completely exploding. It's wonderful to see it growing so fast. We're learning a lot from the members of those countries as well, as they share their expertise and experience in dealing with all kinds of different reasons why people want to increase plants on their menus around the world. And so we have the joint aim together with you of making school food healthier, more sustainable, more inclusive, and of saving money. And as you know, we do menu consultation, and we also do recipe development. You're a part of that today, as Polly will take you through some new dishes we've got to share with you. We offer training for caterers, which is a part of your awards actions that you need to complete, but it's also a great day, 3.5-hour day of training that we offer, where you can enjoy developing your plant-based recipes and tasting them all together. We love those days. And then the School Plates Awards, which is what I look after, and also the ranking of the bigger contract caterers nationally. This is today's peer-to-peer support and teaching materials that we have with our amazing education program run by Martin Skingley, who has 16 years experience as a teacher in school knows all about how things need to be offered quickly and easily in the school environment within the school food network. Thank you. The recommendations we make are evidence-based according to the World Resources Institute, the World Health Organization, the Climate Change Committee, and the National Food Strategy. They're all, as you know, moving in a very concrete direction towards an increase in plant-based foods and a decrease in meat on the menu so that we can offer the most sustainable and healthy menus for our children now, but also for the future of the planet. And there it is from the Climate Change Committee, advising us to offer a fully plant-based option every day. And we're seeing more and more of that on menus. We're having menus sent through that have a plant-based option in place daily, much more regularly, even in the past year, than we ever have before. So it's very encouraging. You're doing amazingly, and we are continually surprised and delighted by what we're seeing on menus coming through the door, or even on our screen. And also to ensure that staff are trained in vegan and vegetarian cooking, and that's where we can help you. Next slide. And here we are in the UK. We have 103 major catering partners who we're working with now, over 10,000 schools, over 1.25 million children eat from these menus every day, and we have now swapped 54 million meals, which we're very proud of. And there it is. It's the only red slide in the whole slide deck, but we did feel we'd give you a scare. I know it's not Halloween, but you never know when a shock might be around the corner. And here it is, ultra processed foods. It's sort of a hot topic. It's kind of a red hot topic. And the latest stats show that 57% of the UK diet is taken up with ultra processed foods, which is a little bit of a shock to read. And it's from The Guardian in 2024. So what can we do about that? Well, we can offer as many healthy, well-balanced, plant-based foods to counteract that as we possibly can, because they're associated with a reduced risk of so many lifestyle diseases, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, obesity, gastrointestinal diseases, and some forms of cancer. If we can protect children now and build those habits, they may last for a lifetime. And if we overlook what habits they're making at the moment, we may be setting ourselves up for failure later in life. So trying to guard their choices and offer them the most healthy, sustainable options now, because they can choose that every day. And here we have a band of happy chefs who are just involved with our in-person training. As you can see, they're having an excellent day, and we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves as well. Of course, at the end of the day, we tasted it and find that the chefs' understanding and appreciation of these dishes also is improved through cooking them and tasting them themselves. The other thing to mention is that chefs can also decide to adapt a dish that we've created together and that we've worked on in a workshop. They might decide they want to offer it in a slightly different way, which we are very excited to be a part of and fully support, because every school kitchen is different and you know your school community better than we do. So you know what will work with your children and with the facilities that you have. So here are some inspirational dishes that have been very successful. The planet-friendly spaghetti bolognese, rainbow dips with toasted pita bread. You can read the rest of them. They are absolutely delicious. I really love the shredded tofu tacos, but there are all sorts of different flavors and textures and origins of these dishes, almost global coverage. I'm really keen to make sure that those dishes are inclusive, especially in areas where there is a very mixed community which has different tastes. It's important to expand those dishes as much as we can. And plant-based foods offer a really good chance to do that. Next slide. So I was shouting earlier about Canteen to Classroom and our education program because we're so proud of it and so excited to have it listed everywhere on sustainability support for education. Tatiana and Yuna and I went along to the schools and academies show recently and listened to the Department for Education talking about how you could consult with ProVeg in order to improve the sustainability of your menu, which is it's rather nice to be signposted as an organization that's offering solutions to these problems that we're all looking at. So, and fun, engaging, delightful program that means that children are really going to enjoy what they're learning. And always the best way to learn is to learn whilst they're having fun. And Martin's lesson plans are really engaging and very much appreciated by classroom teachers as well. So do check it out. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the next slide is where we're going to start with Polly. But just before we do, we have a second poll question for you. How many ultra-processed vegetarian products do you serve per week on your school menu? So that will just be coming up for you very shortly. You just answer that, then I'll hand over to Polly, who's absolutely dying to share these dishes with you. Okay. Oh, it's coming in a minute. You'll see it in a moment. It's never a dull moment, is it, with these things? Here we go. There it is. So how many do you serve per week on your school menu? We noticed that corn can feature fairly regularly on menus, and this is completely understandable in many ways because it's the same sort of shape as some of the other dishes and the same texture that they offer. But sometimes you see it more than perhaps we might be comfortable with or we might want to, but there are lots of factors influencing that. So it's good to explore where there are other opportunities, what they might be. Okay. So we nearly there?
Let me just say that the chat is not available, but please add your questions to the Q&A, please.
Okay, that's great. And I'll have a look as we go and feed your questions to Polly, whose hands are very busy momentarily, aren't they, Polly? So I'll hand you over now to Polly. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
Thanks for such a lovely introduction. Hi, everyone. My name's Polly Higginson, and I'm the chef trainer at School Plate, and I do our recipe development, and I'm also one of the programme coordinators for Scotland, Ireland, Northern Ireland and Wales. And yes, welcome. I'm here today in my home kitchen, which I use to kind of do recipe development and also run these online workshops. We haven't had one for nearly a year, and we've been working on an online training course which we will be excited to launch for you later in this year. But for now, we're bringing these workshops back twice yearly to give you inspiration, to show you new dishes that we've created, and show you as well, I think, a wide range of ingredients and how hopefully you'll see quite simple combinations. That's a really big aim of ours as well, is to kind of encourage you to try cooking new and different types of dishes in your kitchens. And as Alex said in the introduction, yeah, we look at a lot of school menus all over the country, and we're here to support getting more plant-based food on those menus. But there's a big kind of push to improve the quality of that food as well. So talking to you all, we often hear that you would like to kind of move away from the kind of convenience, more kind of highly processed vegetarian and plant-based options, and have more whole food cooked from scratch dishes, which is what we're passionate about. We know that it's a huge challenge. There's kind of skills in your catering team. There's introducing new tastes and dishes to children, but we're here to support you with that journey, to provide the recipes for you, to provide the training support, and yeah, help you with your kind of menu development and things to promote those dishes and really try and get a shift in the type of eating going on in primary schools across the country. So I've got 4 dishes to show you today, 2 main courses, a kind of a side dish, and a dessert as well. So I'm gonna stop talking and get going with the first dish, which is our hearty chili bowl served with rainbow roots. And the recipes today also have a kind of autumn winter menu feel. We know that you obviously, for those that serve different menus each term, you know, you're always kind of working and looking ahead to what is going to go on to the new menu. So we are looking at those kind of hearty kind of winter dishes, which plant-based dishes work really, really well for. So yeah, I'm going to kick off with a chili, and I'm just going to bring to the front the key ingredients for this dish. So today for this chili we are using black beans I've got in here, and brown lentils as well. So these are tinned, so they've just been opened and rinsed. I've got tinned tomatoes. I've got dried quinoa, which is going to expand in the dish and give a really amazing texture, as well as adding a lot nutritionally as well. And then we've got our rainbow roots. So I'm going to show you here because I've pre-roasted these already. I've got a selection here of sweet potato, beetroot and carrot, but of course you could use parsnips, you could use swede, a whole kind of mixture of kind of autumn winter vegetables, and really kind of colourful as well. So these have just been roasted, and I'm going to set those to the side. And then this is a real one pot dish which we love, so I'm cooking it here on my hob top, but it could be cooked in gastro trays in the oven. So yeah, for that kind of larger scale catering that you all do. So I'm going to pop my beans and lentils into my pot. There they go. I'm going to add my tomatoes. In it goes. I'm going to add my quinoa, which so it's dried at the moment, but it will expand and while it's cooked. And yeah, the aim with this dish is to get a really great texture, a kind of mince-like texture that children kind of really enjoy. But yeah, we're just using these kind of whole plant ingredients as the base. And then here I've got, bring it nice and close to you to see, my spice plate where I've got fresh garlic and ginger, I've got smoked paprika, coriander powder, cumin powder and dried thyme. And that's all going to go in, well, so really nice and easy into the pot. And then here I've got 500 mils of veg stock, which will go over everything. And we'll season it. And with all our recipes, we use predominantly veg stock, which we make up to kind of half the amount of stock in it, so that it's not too high in salt. But that's our seasoning there. And then I just mix all of that together.
Polly, sorry
Yes.
to interrupt, we've got a question.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's about whether we rinse the quinoa first. Do we need to rinse it?
So I didn't rinse it. I've just added it in as it is. But I mean, you could rinse it. you know, like kind of rinsing lentils and that kind of thing to kind of clean it, depending on kind of where you've sourced it from. But you can just add it in into the pot dried. And I'm going to just lift it up to see, so it's all quite wet and quite soupy, but it's got good amount of seasoning from the spices and herbs. And I'm going to just pop that on to cook away. And yeah, that will be needs kind of 20-25 minutes to just cook. And while that's going, I will move on to the next dish, which is going to be our golden creamy penne pasta. But I think before we start with that, are we going to have our next poll question, Alex?
Oh yes, but I do need to squeeze in some of my benefits of all the amazing food you've just put into that
Please, just go for it. I get set up with my next.
You're so efficient. I was thinking, shall I butt in with it or not?
It's a really, like, I just hope it shows just how quick and easy these recipes are, and that's really what we want them to be. Obviously the chopping of the vegetables took some time earlier, but that bit's all done. So yeah, very, very quick recipe.
Amazing. And look what you've got, everyone. Sweet potato, you've got fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, manganese, potassium, B vitamins. Apparently one medium sweet potato can provide over 100% of an adult's daily vitamin A needs, and they're high in antioxidants. So then beetroot, we know beetroot is good for runners because it's a potent antioxidant and helps combat oxidative stress, may protect cells from damage, and may lower blood pressure. Carrots, well, we know about carrots. I won't tell you much about them. I'm sure you know. Vision, skin health, and can protect you from aging. But I don't think we're too worried about that with our children, are we? And then brown lentils have up to 18 grams of protein per cooked cup. Black beans you've got in there, Polly.
Black beans, yeah.
Amazing protein, fiber, antioxidants, rich in vitamins and minerals. And quinoa, did you know, Polly, that NASA has used quinoa to feed astronauts on long-term space missions?
No, I didn't know that, but
there you go. You learn something new every day. So, and the third poll question is coming up now. Here it comes. So if you'd like to introduce more whole food plant-based dishes, what kinds of barriers are stopping you? What are the things that you feel are speed bumps on the road? So yes, good to know that. And there's another quinoa fact whilst you're waiting. Apparently, this has been collected by people in the Andes for over 5,000 years. So I knew it was old, but I didn't know it was 5,000 years old. So there you go. When you're ready. Okay, Polly, we're ready. We're ready for
brilliant. Thanks for that, Alex. And yeah, please, continue just to ask any questions or share your experiences with your own catering as we go along, because we just really want to hear from you. To make sure that what we're providing for you, you know, supports you as best as possible, that we can learn from you as well. So our next dish is a golden creamy penne pasta, and the recipe was developed by Tatiana, who's just joined our team and brings with her a wealth of kind of cooking knowledge and new recipes. So it's been great to work with her on this. And it's a gorgeous, again, one pot dish. We use a blending technique that we love, where we're going to blend white beans into this pasta sauce. And we use this in our macaroni cheese recipe, in our cauliflower cheese recipe, in our tomato pasta recipe. So again, it's this same technique, but today we are using butternut squash as the base of the sauce. So again, we know generally butternut squash are very kind of popular with children. It's a great seasonal vegetable. It's bright orange, it's so cheerful. And just again, that variety of not just always having kind of pasta sauces that are tomato based, we're bringing in something a little bit different, but still very familiar. And we also know that hearing from you that pasta dishes are very, very popular. So to begin this recipe, again, I've done the kind of heavy, hard work cooking bit this morning where I chopped up the butternut squash, I roasted it, but you could steam it, and I've blended it. It's in the bottom of my pot. 600 grams of butternut squash, which is going to be the base of my sauce. And yeah, it's lovely, sweet, as I said, really colourful. Get my other ingredients. So for the blending, we've got cannellini beans, so that's going to be our protein sauce, our plant protein, which you go in with the butternut squash. And then let me just show you what I'm going to be seasoning the dish with. So fresh garlic, onion granules, dried onion granules, some thyme, and then nutritional yeast, which is an ingredient that we use kind of throughout our school plates recipe, which fortifies recipes. It brings in kind of essential nutrients, but it also gives a really lovely cheesy kind of nutty flavour, so works really well in cheesy-ish kind of dishes, if you know what I mean. It brings that flavour in. Just turning my chilli down, that's now bubbling away, so I'm going to move that to the back stove, and that's just going to kind of cook while I get this recipe on the go. So that's all going to again just get into the pot. All very kind of, both of these main courses are just these very easy one-pot dishes. And then I'm going to just go and give this a quick blitz together. So we blend the beans and the seasoning together with the squash. So I don't know if you can pop me on mute for a second, Tatiana, while I do that. I'll just be 30 seconds.
This is me, my moment, isn't it, Polly? It's my tell you about the vegetables moment. I'm going to be quick though, because she's going to have that done any second now. We have butternut squash, which of course, again, is rich in beta carotene and everybody loves it. But also it boosts immune function. I think almost everything on this menu boosts immune function and also bone health and digestion. So it's a really versatile vegetable. And cannellini beans have 17 to 19 grams of protein per cooked cup. So you're really on a winner with a golden creamy penne of this recipe. And then with all the extra time, what are you going to do when you've blended this? It takes so little time, so you won't have as much washing up. So you'll have time for a coffee, maybe, and just feet up at the end of doing this, because you'll have gained some very precious time to just breathe. You ready, Polly? Oh, she's here. She is.
Asked me to unmute on my screen. I've just go back under the counter.
That was magic.
There we go, all done. So yeah, blended the beans and the butternut squash and seasoning all together. Now I'm going to just add, here I've got whole wheat pasta, penne pasta, and that's all going to go to the pot. 500 grams. And then I'm going to pour my vegetable stock over, which is going to be the kind of the cooking liquid. In it goes. And then I'm just going to give that a really good stir so that the stock and the pasta and the butternut squash and everything gets mixed together, and you've got this really delicious creamy sauce with the pasta in it. And then I'm going to pop a lid on it and let the pasta cook in the sauce. Let's give that a lovely mix together. Pop that on, just get the lid and the heat on, and just bring that up to the boil. And allow that to kind of cook for 15 minutes until the pasta is al dente. So let's put that on. And then we'll come back to that dish, and there's a couple of fresh ingredients that we'll add just before we serve it at the end. So yeah, we'll let both of those main courses cook. Yeah, we will go on to our savoury crunch recipe, which is going to go perfectly with the pasta, but can also be used to top soups. It can be used as a salad, as part of a salad bar as well. And again, it's just bringing in some new ingredients, a new texture, and making something, yeah, that's quite versatile side dish. So yeah, I will just get my ingredients together for that.
Lovely. And whilst you do that, shall I ask Tatiana to share our fourth poll question? In this poll-tastic day, we have another question for you. This question is, how could you get more whole food plant-based dishes on your school menus? You've got to pick your favorite one. Is it by blending beans and lentils into a popular sauce, or do you think running taster sessions with children and staff would do the trick more successfully? Or would you introduce just one whole food plant-based dish on a menu cycle and see how that goes? Or are you already there? In which case, well done to you. In fact, well done whichever one you choose, because they're all completely valid methods of getting the plants in. Okay. When we're ready, we'll come back to Polly. Okay, Polly, it's all yours.
Thanks, Alex. And I didn't know if we got any of the results from the other poll questions, because it'd be great just to hear a little bit, you know, in terms of kind of the barriers and things. I don't know.
Yes, let's do results.
I can't see them on my screen. Oh, there we go.
Here we are. Okay. Here are the full results so far. We've got over half of our guests today have 1 or 2 ultra-processed vegetarian products per week, but a third have 3 to 4, and some people have none. 8% have none, and 8% have them every day. So most people have 1 or 2 per week. So that's the majority of that one. And then for the second poll question, shall we see? Here it is. If you'd like to introduce more whole food plant-based dishes, what the barriers might be. And the biggest barrier people have found is that children are unfamiliar with these dishes. And the next section is the pushback from staff and parents. So that can also be an issue. And then the third most important aspect was texture and taste, with children perhaps finding that challenging. And finally, the last 2 are equal with the time it takes and any other reason, which I'm not sure if we know what the other reasons are. If anybody shared it in the chat, I'm not sure. There may be other reasons we don't know as yet. Okay.
Great, thanks for sharing that. Again, it's really yeah, insightful, and just great to hear from you and your experiences. And like I said at the beginning, we know that it's not easy and that there are lots of challenges, but just those very small steps, yeah, over time, I think as well, the time that we work together, you know, as part of School Plates with you, what we can kind of achieve to yeah, make those shifts to make yeah, the quality and the quantity of the vegetarian and plant-based food the best that it can be. So I'm going to now show you a savoury crunch recipe, which yeah, again was developed by Tatiana, and it's a lovely, as I said, topping. It's going to go great with our pasta dish, and Tatiana gave the tip as well, that you could actually use the seeds from the butternut squash in this recipe, and then you've got that really nice link there using the whole ingredient. But yeah, as I said, it worked really well for yeah, a whole kind of range of use. It's really nice on top of like a gratin, that kind of thing. So let me show you the ingredients that I've got for it. So seeds and oats are going to be the basis of it. So here I've got rolled oats, and then I've got pumpkin seeds, so lovely green kind of crunchy pumpkin seeds. Oh, sorry, making a loud noise there. I've got ground flax seeds, I've got chia seeds, and I've got my sunflower seeds over here. I think there's one more seed in there as well, so some whole sunflower seeds as well. So they're going to be the kind of crunchy elements, and yeah, bringing in, we don't see seeds used that widely on school menus. We've got them in our pesto recipe, but yeah, just that, again, it's another type of plant, and we're all about increasing that diversity, and they bring such a great texture and also nutritional benefits as well. Which, yeah, Alex, I don't know if you want to just talk a little bit about it.
I do always wonder when my moment is going to come, Polly.
Please.
So you've got pumpkin, flax, chia seeds and sunflower seeds in there, haven't you? And all of those seeds combined, they're little nutritional powerhouses. And of course the oats as well, not to forget them. They're rich in complex carbohydrates. And they're also high quality protein, healthy fats, and lots of vitamins and minerals in there. But also oats are super affordable. And then combining the seed mix, what's exciting about it as well is this high protein seed mix that's so crunchy and delicious is allergen free as well. It's free of the common 14 allergens. So it's one that you can offer quite happily to your school children and feel safe. And it's high in omega-3s and omega-6 fatty acids. So again, reducing inflammation. So it's keeping those children healthy, packed with minerals, rich in magnesium, zinc, copper, manganese, selenium, potassium. The list is endless. So go for this. Thank you.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, to hear all of that. So yeah, we've got all our key ingredients, our amazing super seeds in this mixing bowl. So I've got a kind of liquid, I've got a tablespoon of oil, I've got light soy sauce, and I've got maple syrup. I'm going to just add half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. This is going to be our seasoning, and just give that a mix together. And then, yeah, in with everything, the seeds, all going in. Our oats. My spoon, and just mix that all together. And this can, you know, be made in advance. It keeps really well. So it's a bit like, yeah, making almost like a savoury flapjack or granola muesli type thing. And you just give it a mix so that everything is combined. And then onto a tray, just a lined tray, and then dip the topping out, and then just spread it out. And it will go into a moderate oven for 20 to 25 minutes, just so that everything kind of lightly toasts and dries out. So that's it, just before it goes in. And then down here. And with the amazing, just here's what I prepared earlier, coming out of the oven, and the crunch here. So it's all lovely and lovely golden, really crunchy kind of topping. And so yeah, like I said, that will kind of keep, you know, easily for up to a week, just in an airtight container, and so it can be added to dishes as you go. So I'll put that to the side and I'll serve it up with the pasta dish at the end. So that's our savoury crunch. I'm just going to give my pot a stir.
Do any of you already use nuts and seeds in your catering? I'm curious now.
Michael does.
Fantastic. It seems once you're looking at Polly making this delicious topping, you're just thinking of so many other areas it could go on top, other dishes it could go on top of, aren't you? And sometimes it's nice to combine sweet with savory, a sweeter thing with a savory topping, or it could be anything, could be a trail mix for a day out.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry. Michael is just saying that no, they don't use it as schools are nut free. But I think this is also good to mention that those seeds are free of allergens, right?
Yeah, how do you decide whether you're going to use seeds or not in schools? I'd be interested to, hear more about it. Is it something that perhaps you think it might be close to nuts, so better avoid it, or do you feel quite confident and happy using seeds since these ones are allergen free?
Right. Aiden is also mentioning that they use a lot of seeds but cannot use nuts in schools at the moment. Yeah, which makes sense.
Great, thanks so much for sharing that. Yeah, totally understand. Yeah, it's just it might be an ingredient that's kind of like less common, but we'd love to promote using them more in on school menus. I'm going to now show you another really simple recipe. This time we're going to be looking at a sweet dessert dish. Predominantly, our desserts at school plates are yogurt and fruit based, and we do some kind of baked puddings as well. But always looking for recipes that are kind of healthier and easy to portion and things, and they have the benefit with dessert, being egg and dairy free, which again we know is really kind of common allergy or intolerance for a lot of children. So this final recipe is our banana and raisin cookies. It's a really great recipe, and one of the main ingredients is a very ripe banana, which is going to go into my mixing bowl. And I'm just going to mash that lightly, mash it all up.
Great source of vitamin B6, and also, of course, potassium. Great for tennis players, Wimbledon. I don't know when Wimbledon is, but whenever it is, you always see bananas on court. And raisins, high in antioxidants, again. And I didn't know they had iron and vitamin C and selenium and zinc in raisins, and can help to prevent iron deficiency. But you've got cinnamon too, right, Polly?
Yeah, so I've got, starting with, bananas, ripe banana, and then added in, so I've got here flour, I've got 50-50 wholemeal flour and plain white flour as well. So great to get the wholemeal flour in there to kind of boost fibre and, have that, again, we tend to have so much kind of white floured products here in the UK, so great to get a little bit in on the dessert. So flour, then cinnamon. Got a teaspoon of cinnamon and 3/4 of a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda raising agent, which will go in, and the cinnamon just giving lovely kind of natural sweet taste and a flavour again that children really enjoy. Oats as well. So really nice to be just using the same kind of ingredients in our different dishes. Our raisins, again, which we know children love, and it's great if you hear from you, Alex, again, just about the kind of nutritional benefits of them, and they're really affordable as well, keep really well. And then brown sugar. So in that goes, and this recipe makes 20 cookies, and so with school food standard sizing at 30 grams per cookie. So yeah, it's all been kind of worked out to hit that kind of size to make sure that the sugar level isn't too high, but the natural sweetness comes from the ripe banana as well. And then I've got melted plant-based butter here, which I pour in. So this would be great to just do in mixer. So you can obviously do a small batch by hand, and then I just work with my spoon to bring this all together into a cookie dough. So just work it all together. Just give me a minute. Just keep working for a minute.
Oh, I need to give you some more information. Luckily, I have another final fact about cinnamon, which is rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial, which I hadn't realized. I knew it was very good for you. But yes, cinnamon has all these benefits. Maybe there's a reason we often have cinnamon in wintry sort of dishes, don't we? And perhaps it's not just that it smells amazing and tastes great, but actually it's protecting you from some of those winter bugs. Yes, amazing benefits of cinnamon.
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, that's coming together now to a lovely dough that smells great. And then, as I said, we'll just boil that up into 30-gram portions. Yeah, I just wanted to also mention about, we have got the recipes for today's workshop available for you after this workshop, which is something that we haven't kind of done in the past, but we've got them ready so that they're able to be shared. I don't know if we're able to do that via this meeting, if we can share it in the chat. I'm not sure if
Yes, Polly.
can we do it?
Yeah, the link is in the Q&A box. So if people click, they can find it there.
Oh, that's great. So I couldn't see that. So great to hear that it's there. So, and have people been able to access that okay?
It would be great to hear from them.
Yes, if anybody wouldn't mind clicking on just to see if you can access the recipes, then that would be great, because we're hoping to use this shared drive as a resource for all our meetings and events where we can stick recipes and presentations in for you just to be able to access immediately. And so it'd be great to hear if you're able to get into those. So I'm going to just stop there on the boiling, but very simple, just by hand, or you could use a small scoop. When I did these earlier, I measured them all out to the 30 grams, but yeah, you'll get 20 cookies out of this recipe. I'm just going to pop those to the side, all out on the tray, and then into the oven again at 180 for kind of 12 to 15 minutes. And then I'm just going to bring these out again, the ones that I prepared earlier. So they make these lovely cookies, just really nice portion size that could come. You could serve it with some yogurt and fruit, or just a kind of easy thing for them children to kind of pick up and take outside to the playground. But yeah, just got that benefit. Again, trying to show baking, not using kind of eggs and dairy, which we're just so used to traditionally kind of in this country. So yeah, this is another kind of option there for a sweet dessert for lunchtime. And now I'm going to come back and revisit our pots from where I started earlier, just to kind of show you, because these have been, this looks so good, cooking away while I've been talking and showing you different things. So first of all, I'm going to plate up our chili. Let me bring this over, it's very hot.
I can almost smell it, Polly, every time.
Yeah, it's
When you lift
lovely.
it to
So
the camera,
it's,
I just feel like wafting it towards me. Look at
yeah,
that. See the
we'll
steam coming off
have to
it.
do this in person one day, be together to share with you all attendees as well. But yeah, this is cooked and it's got a really, I'm tipping the pot up, it's got a really lovely texture. And then I'm going to add our root vegetables into it, but you could of course serve them on the side. But again, it just is that really kind of cheerful, colourful dish, and getting kind of a mixture of different vegetables in there as well. And then the quinoa and lentils particularly have just give in the sauce, just give this really lovely texture. So I've got my bowl here, serving it with brown rice, a taco shell on the side, a little kind of corn on the cob, and then just going to scoop this up. Oh, there. Amazing. So there we go. That's our hearty chili with rainbow roots. And that's the first of our main courses. So I bring this up nice and close for you to see. But yeah, just really, really lovely, colourful, and really fast to make as well. And then I'm going to come back to our pasta. There's a finishing off stage with this. So this has, oh, it's so creamy, and yeah, that kind of golden colour from the butternut squash. And it's lovely because yeah, the pasta, the beans and the squash just all kind of really soft and yeah, blended together just in a really, really nice texture. And then I'm going to add to this some whole white beans as well, so we've got that benefit of, we've got some, half the beans are blended in the sauce, but then we've got some whole beans in it as well. But you could just decide to blend them all, but I think it's nice to kind of introduce having those whole beans in there. Got some plant yogurt, which is just going to give a kind of creamy texture as well. Again, an optional to add that. It is kind of very creamy from the beans and the butternut squash, but it more just gives a nice kind of slightly tangy flavour as well, and makes it really lovely and creamy. And then I'm going to wilt some spinach into it. We love, obviously, spinach is just so known for its kind of health benefits. These are really kind of small baby leaf spinach, so they really wilt down. And again, just really nice just to kind of introduce those in a main course. So I'll just give that a quick stir, and the spinach is just kind of wilting down. And then I'm going to just add a squeeze of lemon as well. Then that is going to be a delicious, very hearty pasta dish. And like I said, perfect for kind of autumn, winter menu. But yeah, really enjoyed any time of the year, really. And yeah, if you're not using butternut squash, you could use cauliflower. We've also got in our recipes, yeah, our pesto pasta, which I mentioned earlier with the pumpkin seeds in. So I'm just gonna lift that up so you can see that lovely, lovely pot. Very hearty pasta dish, and I'll just pop it onto a plate as well for you to see. It looks so good. Okay. There we go. Delicious, so simple, and yeah, gorgeous texture. And then I'm going to top it with a little bit of our crunch, so a few toasted seeds and toasted oats, just on there, just makes it fun. And if you did serve this as a kind of gratin dish as well, then that would work really well, having that sprinkled over the top. But yeah, we've got it just as an optional. So that's our pasta with our savoury crunch, our rainbow roots chili, and our banana and raisin cookies. So yeah, that's our recipes for this workshop.
Don't they look beautiful? So many different colours of the rainbow in there as well, sneaking the raisins into the cookies. Excellent, not too sugary, within our school food standards, and just delicious. Thank you so much, Polly. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. We have a few more minutes, so we'll just share, if we can, skip ahead to our last slide so you remember what you're looking at. Of course, we'll let you know as well, but we do have London Climate Week coming up, and we have a few events that week. We have on the 24th of June, we're doing a climate webinar, so there may be lots of sustainability leads coming along to that event. And it's always good to highlight the work we're doing together to sustainability leads in schools, because they're the people who are looking for solutions that you and we are offering to them to reach those goals. And they don't cost any more. Lots of those options they're looking at are very expensive, but what we can do is to provide choices that bring down those emissions just by offering delicious food. And then on the 25th of June is our Partners Network meeting. We have now, as you know, 103 partners, so we're expecting to see everybody there. So please bookmark it in your calendar. And then on the 1st of July, that's a little bit after London Climate Action Week, but we will be having a special event which is showcasing fully planet-friendly, plant-rich school food catering. We often hear that, the future is health and sustainability, and in the future we're aiming for this, and councils talk about in 5 years time what their goals might be. Well, this one will show you the future's already here and you can be a part of it, so we're really looking forward to seeing you there. I don't think we have any other announcements that I might have forgotten, apart from to say we're really sorry that some of you haven't managed to get right in to the document sharing on the Microsoft SharePoint. We'll have a little look at that, figure that out, and get back to you so you can all access, because we want you to be able to use all of the resources, and we know that it can be difficult depending on your system what you can access. So we'll have a look at that and get back to you about that really soon. So anything else, Polly and Tatiana?
I was just going to say, yeah, we can email the recipes round, and yeah, look at again maybe what the issue's been. I was going to say we've got our final poll question of
course.
dishes. Would be great to hear just your feedback.
Final poll question: which your favourite dishes are? Which one do you think you would use most quickly? Is it the hearty chili bowl with rainbow roots, or the golden creamy penne? Or could it be the savoury crunch, the secret superfood? Or might it be the banana and raisin cookies? I do need a drum roll. We have 1 minute left. Oh, it's very exciting. We'll have an answer in a moment, just before everyone logs off and it all closes down. Thank you so much for joining us. Here we are. The winner is hearty chili bowl, followed by raisin cookies. And then the creamy penne and savoury crunch are equal. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. And Polly and Tatiana for being here with us. Polly, amazing as ever.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Alex, as well. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.